All
The
right.
overlay.
It is now
Okay,
recording. I think my overlay is
got rid
working
of-
correctly this time around. 3 times is a charm.
good.
This is the third.
Getting rid of our Star Wars banter. How dare you, sir?
I mean, nothing new
Sorry.
there. Nothing revolutionary.
We jumped around a lot, though. It was part of Star Wars, Lord of the Rings.
Maybe we can introduce like the Emperor into this campaign if you'd like.
Someone sent us. There's like a homemade. It's 5th edition Star Wars. Like
That's cool.
a group of people like 5th edition D&D, and like they made the races and the classes and all the stuff, and it's all Star Wars based. I don't know if it's good or
Oh,
not.
that's kind of fun.
All right. Does everybody see the map? So we're ready to go. Okay. So just a little quick recap. You we don't have to go through the whole entire thing. I can give you the real quick. You made it into you have your quest to find Matreus. You made it into Candlekeep. You figured out Matreus is kind of like where he tended to go to study. You head over there and you open up a portal into very magnificent mansion. This is a mansion that belonged to Fistandia, a mage that Matreus was very interested in. And when you get there, Matreus is there, startled. He is kind of happy to see you. Did not have a way of getting out of once he got in. And he was looking for a way to get out. But since you showed up and the door was open, he figured, let me go outside, keep the door open for you while you can help me get the remaining books that I need to get. Asked you to get those books for him, which I think so far you found a couple of them. And on his way out, you hear him scream, and the portal shuts. You don't know exactly what happened on the other side. But that doorway shuts, and now you're trapped inside the mansion now you have to figure out how to get out. You have been going from room to room. First room, a library with a set of books that seem to swirl around, animated books. They kind of were a little bit of a nuisance. You also went into a room that was an exercise room of sorts with a broom that looked like it was just sweeping on its own, an animated broom. Then you made it over to... What other room did you make it over to? You made it to a room that was a study, where you found in that study, well, among other things, you found another book, and Frit found a secret door. The secret door had stairs that led...
And Yildren.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was saying, Yildren and I found a cat. That was the important.
Yes.
I don't know why you're focusing on the secret passage.
Well, you also seem to have made somewhat of a friend of a cat. And you also found out that the cat likes to go into the kitchen, and when you went into the next room, which was a kitchen, there were 2 homunculi. Homunculi that you figured out are from maybe what you've known about, or maybe heard of in the past. Homunculi are basically, I wouldn't say summoned, kind of summoned. I don't know. They're kind of like created by their masters. Only 1 homunculi at a time per master, and this indicates that Fistandia and someone else named Freyot, another wizard or mage, some kind of mage, must be alive, because somehow they're keeping these homunculi alive, but they're not here so far. You haven't found them. Anyway, I think was there any other information that was interesting from the homunculi? Basically, they are there to cook and clean, and they generally stay in this general area, between here and maybe a room or 2 over. Every once in a while, they might wander around and clean things up, but for the most part, this is where they work, and this is what they do. They take care of the cats as well, and I believe that's where we left off.
Okay. Do we feel we're finished with this room? I know we asked the homunculi a bunch of questions.
Yeah, I didn't think
anything
of
else.
anything since then, so...
Okay. Yeah, I know Coneth asked them, like, if they could show us around or if they could tell us anything, and
Yeah,
they seemed like...
Yeah, I thought they could help us. Maybe they know the rooms, and maybe they have some knowledge of this place.
The only rooms that they really ever have kind of wandered into would have been the library, in which they already told you you already have the experience from the library. They basically said that there's piles of books. They clean it up, then the next time they come back, there's more piles of books. They don't know what's...
We may have solved. Yeah, we may have solved that problem.
Okay.
We told them to clean it up again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, remember them mentioning that upstairs there's an observatory or something like that.
A planetarium. Yes, that's correct.
That's
So,
what's
Yeah.
upstairs.
yes,
And she would often stay there weeks at a time.
for a long time. She said, but they don't have much of a concept of time so much. I think they just kind of explained that there's a Fistandia, I guess she called it a planetarium, and she would go in there and
that's the one.
disappear. Then they don't see her for a while, and then she comes back. I think they mentioned also a couple of other things, right? Did they talk about the imp? I think they did.
Yes.
Yeah, in your conversation. Yeah. They basically said to you that Fistandia summoned an imp, but haven't seen that in a while either.
And then we put two and two together that Matreus also screamed as he went through that door.
Yeah, he went. Well, he was carrying. Well, we know he was carrying the statue of the imp.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, I will. So if you're going to go out of this room, Yildred, as so you're now at the end of the corridor. There's a door to your right, just straight ahead of you to the east. There was also a door that you just passed that went to the north. Also, I believe that door may have been. Let me see. Was that door slightly ajar? Let me take a look. No. That door was not slightly ajar. That door was closed.
Okay. Which
Frit,
door do we
it's
want?
right north of you, and Dote, you're now behind Frit, kind of hanging back, I guess.
What door do we feel lucky with?
I'm gonna bet that we're probably seeing a mirror image, and that the door that you're looking at to your right is going to be the same kind of platform that we had on the other side.
Actually, the door to your right, to your ahead of you, Yildren, the door is slightly open, and you can see the purplish light coming from the outside is coming in through that door. So
I'll open it just to make sure if there's someone or something cover our bases.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and open the door.
So you open it up, and
some kind of garden?
Yeah.
Yeah,
this end of the building is an arboretum with open arched walls. Flowering shrubs and small trees grow between paved paths that meet in a semicircular patio. There is no sun, but two glowing globes hang above the plants, bathing them in light. There are colorful blossoms everywhere, filling the air with their perfume. Now there's also something else. You go ahead and roll a perception, or what is your passive perception actually? Let's see if that's...
My passive perception is 15.
Okay, so you don't have to roll it. All right, you can't help but notice. You hear... It almost sounds like giggling, but it's not from any vocal cord you would have recognized. It's kind of like a... like that.
Well, I don't recognize what it is. Do I know where it's coming from, or is it just kind of all around me?
Well, kind of like in the middle. Well, you can see it actually there. Somebody made this beautiful map. You see these trees. You hear rustling in the trees also. that sound that you keep hearing. Keep hearing it. It's constant. And then you can tell that there's some rustling in the trees. And it's like
I'll do a perception, see if I spot what it is.
Okay.
Or I'll try perception. 17. It's not bad. Also, where's my token lopsided?
Okay.
Forgot that.
That is something that we can fix just by
There we go. Yeah, got it.
One of the buttons, I think, shift and then use your scroll wheel. All right. Your perception. Let me just make sure that this thing is continuing to work.
17.
Yep.
Only 2 above my passive.
Okay.
Well, it's still 2 above.
2 above.
Yeah.
So you start to notice that there's a branch, probably somewhere over here, just like all of a sudden, like kind of like moves, and then it just like slowly stops moving, and then you see another branch kind of go over here, as if something landed on it, but you cannot see what landed on it. But you do hear.
Oh, can I duck my head out and see if I notice anything? Being the druid,
Okay.
I'm a druid in this, yeah. No, yes, I am. Losing track. Do you want me to roll nature to see if I notice things, or is it perception?
Well, perception probably if you're noticing something.
Okay. I hope I noticed something with the 20.
Well, you
I got a
definitely
25.
you definitely notice, and you certainly see everything that everything that Yildren sees. But you also think you hear a whispering. And I'm going to say that what additionally, you notice that branch over there moved, where I kind of pointed out, almost simultaneously to a branch over here was moving. You kind of saw it both, like all in one eye shot. That whatever it is, and then you're also noticing that the is almost like plural. There's more than one making this noise, and you can't help but think that this noise is a giggling. It's laughing. It's giggling. Whatever it is having fun.
Well, we know that there are. Don't we know that there are pseudo dragons? Is that what one of them said?
Oh yeah.
Fairy dragons.
Yeah.
Fairy dragons.
Fairy dragons. They said they wouldn't hurt us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't mean they won't prank us.
Yeah.
That's true. What do we know about fairy dragons? Should have asked.
What do you know about fairy dragons? I guess.
Yeah. Could we roll to
You can roll a nature check.
nature? Ooh.
17.
Not bad. Anybody else?
Womp.
Yildren? You don't know
Lead
anything
a
about
nature
fairy
check with the
dragons.
druid.
But you hear the word
Okay, never
dragon,
mind.
and I guess it's a little disconcerting that we're dealing with dragons.
Yeah, we're dealing with
Ready?
dragon.
Was it dragons?
Dote.
15.
I'm gonna probably give it to you, Dote, since you had the best roll. Even though Frit, you had a pretty good roll too. And I could probably say that Frit, you probably know what Dote knows. Yeah, fairy dragons are probably like cat-sized. They're small. They're not necessarily bad. They are, in fact, generally they're kind of good, but they're kind of mischievous. They're like to play. In fact, what you know is they'll probably come around and mess around with you, not to hurt you, but to maybe play with you. So that's generally that's what you know. And I guess what do the homunculi say to you? They did say something mischievous but harmless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not too worried. Kind of. So I think I'll go around the garden, see if I find anything, particularly any more books.
So as you
I'm
get to
guessing-
maybe the 15-foot mark, okay,
Okay.
you need to make a DC. Well, let's do a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
DC 11.
Save wisdom. Hey.
Okay. So what happens is you don't see anything, but you all of a sudden kind of like feel like a puff of air like at you, and maybe there's a little bit of a
Breath weapon.
kind of like, what's that?
Breath weapon.
Yeah. You hear a lot of giggling as it's coming at you, and all of a sudden, you kind of hear that, and it hits you, but you kind of like stop like this, and you kind of move on.
Okay.
Yildren,
Did I see like any book?
when you get there,
Mm-hmm.
it happens again. Go ahead, make it. We're gonna make another wisdom saving throw.
Hope I can keep making these work. Wait, it didn't. There we go. Ah, that was gonna
Okay.
be a 15.
This
Oh.
time you weren't expecting it. You breathe it in, and you're like, "Whoa, I feel good." Whoa, like almost like drugged, but not in a bad way. You feel like, kind of like on a high.
I mean, 420 was yesterday, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you start to giggle a little bit. Because think of being like on a good high, good healthy high, and you're like, nothing's bothering you. You don't feel like doing anything now. You're just kind of like in a state of euphoria. Really? Okay. Anybody else?
Are you gonna make your own way back, or do I have to need to come and grab you if you're high?
No, well, I'm guessing I didn't find any books, right? And this in front of me is what, like a glass wall, and I can see into what I guess is a dining room.
No. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. So yes, that is a glass wall. Can you see through it right now? Or is it closed? Here, let me open it.
I can see through it. Like I can see the dining room.
Okay. Now, yeah. So let me take a look. So I have a closed. Interesting. Oh, closed and open doesn't do anything. I guess it's a window, so it doesn't matter whether it's open or closed. All right.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you see through it, and what you see is a dining room with about 6 chairs, a 7th chair in the corner, actually.
Interesting. There's like this is just a solid window, or is there like a door?
There's no door. These are just, think of it as one string of windows that covers that covers that entire wall of that room.
Okay. I'll make my way back.
You're firmly inside the arboretum, and from across the way, it's hard to see through the trees, but you kind of see, Yildren's just kind of like, swaying around, looking around, enjoying. So we don't really have rounds here, but let's just kind of see what everybody else wants to do, and then you could roll yourself a roll a d6.
Everyone?
Who?
Oh, no, this is Yildren.
Oh, me.
I wanted to go around the room and then have you start rolling a d6. Pretend that every round you're going to be rolling this. Actually, every round you'll roll one, and then you can make another save. A save. Okay.
Okay.
So, anything you want to do?
No, I'm not.
You're not really seeing what's happening because you're still in the hallway.
But I assume that Frit tells us.
Does she? Does Fritz say anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say. Yeah, I think we've found the pseudo dragons. I think I might have to go and rescue Yildren.
Yildren's not moving.
She's wobbling a little bit too far around the other corner.
Yildren's not.
Do you guys need help, or should I stay outside?
I'll shout if we need you, but I think we should be fine.
Okay. If you need help, do we know that there's something in the air, or we have no idea what's happening?
I would think you wouldn't, because I wouldn't have been able to tell you.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't know what's happening. Frit might have seen or heard something when the first thing happened, but might not know exactly what that was.
Yeah, I'm probably covering myself in some way, just because
Okay.
I'm probably familiar enough with pseudo dragons to know.
Yeah. Well, these are fairy dragons. They're a little bit different than pseudo. But
Oh,
as you get halfway there, you feel something.
You want me to roll wisdom, was
make
it?
a wisdom saving throw.
Do we acknowledge that, or there we go.
It's kind of like Sebastian from what was that cartoon that we used to like to watch? You make it through, but when you get towards the Yildren, make one more because another one, and they're just they're just laughing and laughing and laughing. Okay, you're fine. You somehow seem to expected it a little bit more than Yildren did. But when you get to Yildren, you see Yildren just kind of like, well, go ahead, Yildren. How would you act if you were totally wasted, like good in a good way, like a good wasted. What?
Hey, what are you doing here?
Okay, darling. Let's get you back around the corner there, shall we?
This place is fun.
All right, so roll a d6,
I'm
please.
sure it is, but you're probably.
Oof. I don't know if that's good or bad.
You are just unable to move right now. Can't do anything. You can't do an action. You're just like, it's more like you just don't want to, and nothing
This
can
place
make
is
you
fun,
do it.
And I'm staying here
Yeah.
because I can't move.
Well, it's more like you don't really
I'm
want
pretty
to
sure
move.
that's the fairy
There's
dragons.
nothing's convincing you that to move. You're just happy where you are.
Just stab him a few times. He'll move after that.
No, come on. Let's get back out of
Well, I'm
the
thinking you're
garden
gonna
here.
have to contend. I'm thinking you're gonna have to contend with a strength check. Is what I'm thinking.
You might have to carry him out. Is what
As I slap you away.
All right.
But,
I think I win that strength check.
You might have to. Can't you contest a grapple with acrobatics
Yes,
though?
you can. Yes, you can.
Ooh. And guess who's proficient in
I rolled a nat
acrobatics?
20.
So you're not grappled, but
got a-
you are
oh,
not
that's a
able
7.
to
That looks
overcome
like a 1.
Fritz's
That was
strength.
going
He's
to be
grabbing
an
you. I guess
8.
she is grappling you anyway. All right.
Yeah.
So she's grabbing
Are
you,
you?
and she now has hold of you. So you weren't moving anyway. So you're just not moving in Fritz's arms at the moment. Okay.
It's too much work to move.
Yeah, you're like okay with it. As long as you don't move, you're fine. She can carry you. Frit,
The point
any
maybe
trouble?
wasn't
What's your strength
necessarily
score?
leaving.
What's
The
that?
point was more like I'm just not gonna move.
Frit, what's your strength score?
I have a +0.
Plus, what's your
I have
weight?
a +0. It's
Yildren.
10.
My weight is that supposed
What would you say
to
your
be?
weight is? I don't mean to be.
I mean,
I don't think it's gonna be a problem.
medium-sized half elf, probably like what's my strength? Because I think strength is a good 10. But I do have chainmail, which is pretty heavy, so I might be close to 200.
All right. I mean, Frit, you're having
Like
a
a
little
regular-
trouble, a little difficulty, but I think you can probably drag him at least. So when you're doing this, Frit, the giggling just starts to get out of hand. Like whatever it is thinks this is really funny. What's going on? Like, and you hear, you hear them. You hear them talking to. Now you're starting to hear them talk to each other.
I wish I'd speak with animals or something like that.
I mean, if nobody else is gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. Like, a Groot who can't speak to animals. Great, we won the lottery.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Connor, you're not really in the room, but let's just say it was loud. It was like.
Is everything
like
okay?
that.
I yell in there. Is everything okay in there?
Oh wow, I'm a heavy half elf. I'm 165.
Fred, is everything okay? Do you need any help?
Well, I mean, do you think you'd be able to make it without being a nuisance yourself?
Well, what's the problem? I'm just hanging out here waiting.
Well, we've got some fairy dragons, and they're not. Their breath is.
Awesome.
Let's say their breath isn't.
All right, how long can I hold my breath for?
Frit, you start
Their
to
breath is
hear
the most
you start
sobering
to
of items.
hear a fluttering, and all of a sudden you feel like these little kind of like nails like tickle your head like a, and then all of a sudden it disappears. You took the and the laughing is just like getting out of control.
Who's laughing?
Can I shout?
Is it
Can I shout?
Mildred?
Look,
Whatever it is, you
I've got
can't
a
see it.
friend in that hallway that's willing to take off your wings. Do you really want to piss us off?
All fun and games until somebody loses a wing.
Okay, Connor, you coming in? What are you doing?
Exactly.
I'm gonna.
Man, you did.
Am I being advised that this is a breath that I need to hold my breath for, like a poison? Are you guys telling me this? 'Cause I can try to hold my
it's
breath.
not a poison. It's just you're not going to be sober once you get around the corner, and I already have to drag one half Belfast out of this.
But how do I
dragging you
avoid
in
this?
half.
Do I hold my breath? How can I avoid this effect?
I mean, you're welcome to try and hold your breath. Do you think you'll be able
Alright.
to make it out this far?
I could probably hold my breath at least a minute. I got a decent constitution. I don't know, Naz. Can I hold my breath?
Sure.
Constitution saving throw. All right, whatever.
It's like underwater breathing. What's the I don't want to look at. I can't. I don't have that memorized. Cunning. What's the underwater breathing thing? How it's Constitution.
It's like
the amount of minutes that your Constitution plus the modifier is.
yeah, something.
Yeah,
along
there's a
those
thing
lines.
for it.
I think it's like your. If I remember correctly, and I don't have to look at it, but why don't we just do this for now? Your Constitution modifier. That's probably how many minutes you can kind of
That's
hold
fine.
your breath.
One
I
plus
have
your
a-
Constitution.
I have 3 minutes. I can hold my breath for 3 minutes then.
1 plus it's your Constitution modifier.
That's a
All
lot.
right,
That's a
4
lot of minutes. Probably.
All right. Well, I should only
Yeah.
need like 1 minute, right?
Yeah.
Because you said that I can move 30 feet in 6 seconds. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Wait, 30. Well,
Well, you got to plot the course.
Let me. Yeah. Let me. How do I?
Yeah, I'll
do this again?
I'll cancel.
I'll get ready.
Yep.
Well, first let me go over here.
Yep. And you just you let go and then you just keep going. You know.
All right.
Oh, you.
Well, I can't see, so I don't know what I'm looking at now. I'm at the edge of my vision.
Oh, okay. So you can go there. Look, this isn't. You're out of combat, so just go ahead and
Yeah.
go there, and then.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just go there first, and then
Oh, I see.
and then
Oh,
I'll be able
gotcha.
to see. I don't know what's there. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to go up here, and I'm holding my
You're hearing
breath.
this laughing, Conniff.
All right. All right.
All right, you just-
am
All right,
I just going to try to grab Yildren? Is that what I'm trying to do?
I mean, I have Yildren.
So what are we trying to get out?
Yes, without also becoming drunk on.
So you don't need me in
Dragon.
here. All right. So if you
don't
got
wanna
it,
be
you
any
don't...
fun.
I mean, if you're stronger than I am,
All right. Let me
then
try to grab.
please.
Yeah. Let me try to drag him.
You hear more talking, more
More giggling, yeah.
All right.
okay.
Giggling.
All right,
and
so it's
talking.
20. All right, so that's my strength. Well, probably it'll be the same for athletics. The same modifier.
At this point, I'm not gonna fight it.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's whatever.
just, you're like strung up
Well,
between
give him the fire. I try to give him the fire.
Conniff, you
fireman
recognize
carry.
the language. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh, okay. Which is it? Is Draconic?
You tell me.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes. All right. I scowl. I look around where the voices, and I just scowl at them.
They're just laughing. They start laughing a little more.
Yeah.
All right, so then we're gonna drag Gildren back.
Yeah, I'm a fireman carry.
Okay, if you're fireman carrying, then I'm getting out of the way.
I scowl again at that one. Really scowl. All right. And I'll make my way out.
I'll hold my breath too. I've got a minute, so.
All right. More talking, Conniff.
Okay. I nod vigorously.
Okay, Conniff, make a wisdom saving throw.
Persuasion? Oh, okay.
Because you feel they come at you. All of a sudden you hear a as it's approaching with the flittering of the
Yeah.
and all of a sudden okay. Yes, you hold your breath and you feel you feel like something hitting you, like a vapor of some kind, like hitting you, and
All right, so I got him over one. I got Yildren over one shoulder.
okay. And last comment was made.
First
Okay.
time.
You're speaking
Fred and
Draconic, I'm
Yildren
assuming, right?
have been in the same.
Okay.
I
feel that. Sorry.
I looked. I scowl again in the direction.
By the way, Frit, you had Yildren on your back, right?
No, I have Yildren.
You have
No,
Yildren.
Coneth has Yildren.
Okay.
I feel that this isn't the first time that Frit and Yildren have been in similar situations.
Probably not.
Okay.
Whether it's coming home
Alright,
from
I
the
come-
pub or
I come
something
over
like
to the-
that.
I come over to the edge here, and I yell in Draconic. Are there any? Now that you've had your fun, can you help us?
So it's
We're trying to find a way out of here, and we're looking for books with a face on the cover.
Whoops.
pay attention. I don't know if you see the chat, but that's,
Yeah, I see. It says,
talking
it
to
says
you.
we don't read. All right. Well, I turned to the group and said, "Well, they're not going to be these are not going to be much help." I do speak their language.
Yeah.
What is there anything you'd want me to ask them? I asked them if they could help us find any books, and they don't read books.
There. I don't think they would.
Yeah. What? Can we tell
Ask
them
them
what
how long their breath will last.
how long will your
you
effect?
could make another DC 11 Wisdom saving throw now, Yildren.
Here we go.
It's no longer.
Yay!
You kind of come out of it. You're a little disappointed, actually, that you're feeling better now. But because
Exactly.
somehow it's like you went from feeling so good to now just like regular, and it's like a little bit of a downer. But
Boo.
you're able to move. You're able to do whatever you want.
Well, that was a fun place.
You
We
saved
should
it.
come back.
Yeah. Is there anything we want to know from these? I mean, anything we want to know about? I don't know what they would know about Matreus that we don't, that, or Fistandia.
Fistania.
Fistandia. Do you know
Did she
Fistandia?
spend a lot of time here?
Yeah. I'll ask. Do you know Fistandia?
I mean, this is where she gets high, like, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, that's probably right.
I mean,
Oh, well, I
Why
asked
else
the
would you
dragons.
have fairy dragons in here?
I'm liking this place more and more. Like, you just have everything.
Yeah. So he says yes, yes. Are you? Were you friends with her? Yes. Do you know where she is? No, they don't know where she is.
Hmm.
Do you know a one named Freyat? I don't. That's not a new no, is there? Yes. Okay. They know Freyat. Is Freyat here? Do you know where Freyat is?
Ooh.
Hmm?
When was the last time you saw Fistandia? When last you saw Fistandia, did she seem her normal self? What do you usually do with her? Like, how do you spend your time together? Play.
I thought that we're getting half the conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm filling in the blanks.
And
No,
yeah, it's not translated for us.
I apologize. I should be translating. All right.
That's okay.
Because I keep saying I forgot that you guys don't see the.
I mean, I figured you'll tell us like the Spark Notes
Yeah,
version.
The
the
Spark
high
knows
notes,
that
yeah.
the Spark knows that they're so far being completely unhelpful. They don't know her. They don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
they
I
know her.
figured
But
that.
they know her, but don't know where she is. Okay. The cat's not fun.
Why were
we're
you
not,
glaring
we're not
at them
fun.
earlier?
Okay. Yeah, they were basically saying that they wanted to have fun with us.
Oh.
I mean, tell them I had fun.
Homunculi are boring. Okay. Thank you.
What about the cat?
Thank you for your help.
Homunculi.
They come back. They said come back. All right. Now let's get out of here.
And this place is a party. Like,
Yeah.
All right.
Should we check the diner in case there's anything in there? The dining
Yeah, we
room.
might as well take a
Okay.
closer look just in case. There might be, it might be an uneven table and they're using one of the fancy books to even it out, right? Just because it looks nice doesn't mean it actually is.
That's true. I mean, there's always a catch.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful
Okay.
mansion floating in space, cooks its own meals. You can get high wherever. It is built on an incline, though. It's like in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I mean, realtor.
So Frit, the
I
door is
mean,
right
you'd
north
think there
of
wouldn't
you.
be an incline, right? Yes. Opening door.
The one
Okay.
I have
incline
that
in
button
the
up here.
pocket dimension.
So as you poke in, you see the same large windows that were basically covering the entire wall all the way to the over to the east, looking out into this beautiful scenery of vegetation and purple lights, flickering lights, and whatever from
Yeah,
whatever.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Well, getting high with those purple lights doesn't sound like fun.
Well, somehow, Yildren would disagree. Yildren kind of misses it already. You're starting to miss it. You're kind of missing. You feel yourself a little drawn to kind of go back, just to get one more hit. All right, let's see. What do we got here?
I can just catch one,
So, Yildren, you're off to the corner. So basically what you see here is you got this crystal chandelier that's hanging above the table. It's actually, the table's made of like this dark wood, and there are 6 matching chairs with scarlet cushions that surround the table. Very, very inviting. The 7th chair sits alone in the far corner. So you hear from the other room,
Are you staying for dinner?
How long have we been? I don't think. Wasn't it fairly late when we came into here in the first place?
well, time has no meaning in this place.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
I'm commenting because I don't think we've eaten yet. If it's been fairly late.
We could eat and then keep exploring.
Yeah,
Food
I
is
mean.
probably poisoned.
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah, probably with that fairy dragon stuff. I mean,
So
oh no.
in walks one of the homunculi. Let's just say it's Cumin, and
Would you like some food? There hasn't been guests here in a long time, except for that the other one that was here.
The other human?
Yeah, but he used to come into the kitchen and eat there and then go back to his work.
How rude.
It's been a long time
Indeed.
since we set the table.
Are there any books in here with those faces that you're not supposed to touch?
you look around and no, but you see a lot of silverware on the table. Silverware looks kind of nice, actually. You got service for 6.
What do you guys think? Eat
But-
now or eat later?
One random chair seems weird.
Yeah, let's go check out that chair. Like, why is the chair over there?
Check out
I'll
the
ask
chair.
the homunculi.
Wait,
Like, is this
plot
Vistania's?
plot your courses. Got okay.
I know, I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I go straight and we're gonna pincer move this chair. It's not gonna see it coming.
Are there paintings on the walls? Is that what those are?
Okay. No. Well, let's see. Yes, you have some tapestries that depict grapevines and the process of making wine.
Interesting.
Okay, Dote, you kind of poke your head in and you see inside the room. You also notice that, you'll see the same thing that I explained.
Nothing weird about this chair over here? Nothing,
Okay. Okay, Yildren, I'm going to work on you first. You kind of make your way around to the corner over there. No, that chair, you examining the chair? You can investigate it?
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's kind of out of place, and
Okay.
this whole place is like magic, so might as well.
Okay, Dote, I'm going to
unless
have you
it's
just jump
an
into the room. You're kind of going where? Oh, you're in the corner over there? Okay. Kind of peeking in?
Not great.
Dote, you're just peeking in over there? Or are you planning to go into
No,
the corner?
I'm going in.
You're going in and going to the corner. All right. You have to actually... Okay. Yeah, the wall's blocking you. Okay. To you, this looks like a comfortable chair, just like the others. Now, Frit, as you are walking around the side over there, the first chair on the western side of the table, all of a sudden moves, and it just kind of like its arms just kind of come and it kind of like grabs you. Give me 1 second.
Listen, the last time something grabbed me, I lit it on fire. Do you really want to play this game?
Yeah, this is.
And it's
this
a
is-
chair,
this is
too,
actually
like-
wrong. It was it's over here. Okay.
Picked the wrong target.
So,
Just saying that,
Frit, I'm going to stop you right over here,
Yeah, you're welcome to stop me. Mhm.
and the chair kind of turns and it surprises you. So it's going to
Yeah.
it's going to have a surprise round.
Man, we're gonna have a chat with these homunculi because it's not to think they're lying to
well,
us.
I'm going to say the homunculi sees this and goes and just like runs.
Okay, well,
There. All right.
All right, so this thing's going to attack you
Fair.
with. Give me 1 second here. I just want to double check. I make sure I got this right. Let's see. I just want to make sure I got the right.
No worries.
Okay. Okay. So this thing just got. All of a sudden, you see like its arms just kind of come out like almost like claws, and a big mouth, just kind of opens up, and like this big tongue just goes all around.
Yeah.
And you can see its teeth, and it's lunging
Yeah.
at you with kind of like one of its. It's like a pseudopod. So
Yeah.
all right. It rolls an attack, and it's a hit.
It hits me. Okay.
Doing.
I guess I can't be where I want. All right, let me move. How do I cancel my order?
Right click it.
you right click. Ooh.
So
I right click and nothing happens.
Okay.
If
This
you
thing-
right click where your token is going to be, you can hit like cancel movement.
Oh, got it.
okay, so it wallops you,
It could kill. Oh
and
shit!
it knocks you
Yes.
on the floor. You are now unconscious, dying.
Why did the homunculi warn us about this?
The homunculi didn't.
That was what I asked.
To be fair, it screamed when it saw it,
you,
so I
you,
don't
hear,
think
you,
it
hear,
knew.
you hear screaming. You hear screaming in the
Yeah.
background. I don't think it
Peppermint.
knew. You don't get the impression it knew.
Dragons, we need your help.
No, we don't.
We have an intruder. Wait, did it kill you or did you kill it?
No.
It killed me.
It killed. It,
Yes, I
it,
thought.
It put Frit down.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So
All right,
how
first
do we
round.
not need the help? All right, we have to roll.
Let's roll
Dragon, get him
initiative.
high. Okay. I have advantage because of the thing. The what is it? I believe it's Vigilant Blessing.
And I have good berries in my pack that are easy to access. So please wake me up.
Where is initiative? Okay.
Q have an
Hey, 19.
Okay. Everybody rolled. All right. Let's start the first round. And Yildren.
Forgot.
Oof. Okay, I go
Oh.
first. I'm going to. I guess I can heal. I don't know if I should just attack or heal.
It's up to you. I can light the chair on fire, so
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Okay.
it's also probably going to attack me before it's my turn. I'm
That's
metagaming, sorry.
No, but that's also my worry that like you're not gonna be able to get out of there. Um,
Let me see if I can
So I
shove it as with a shield mastery. I can shove as a bonus action.
well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stand there, and I'm gonna ready action inflict wounds, so that as soon as someone flanks with me, I'll use inflict wounds and have advantage on that attack,
Okay.
and that'll be my turn. So,
All right,
and
so
I'll
you-
yell to someone to pincer move it.
You get behind the mimic chair, where the mimic chair kind of like sees that it's it's already basically killed Frit, and it kind of like turns to you with its tongue just like sliding all over his face.
I'm telling you, this is John Carpenter's The Thing. That's exactly what it is.
Go, your turn.
No, Fritz the mimic.
I'm gonna load an arrow,
Okay.
pull my bow,
Yep.
ready action for when Kant attacks
All right.
to attack.
Okay, Dote, you're pulling back the bow. Okay. If you're readying your action, I'm going to continue on. Conniff?
All right, so I approach carefully over. Can I get over here?
Well, you got to plot your course. That's not you can't go through the
okay.
wall.
All right, let me.
You can just
hold on, I'll delete
cancel
that.
it. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
you did it. Okay. That's it.
Okay.
So that is taking you 15 feet. You come into the room, you see this thing, grotesque looking. It looked like a beautiful chair before, but it's got like chair-like features, but you could see these giant teeth and eyeballs everywhere. And everywhere it's looking around in different directions. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
All
that
right.
15
explains
feet, you
why
are
the
not
six-
you are not flanking it. You are
Oh, okay. I didn't wasn't sure. Can I
You have
step
to be on
over?
top.
well,
Can I
Frit,
step on top of Frit's body?
you can be on top of Frit. I mean, you could be in Frit's space. Yes.
Frit's going to look up my chainmail.
You're going to be standing
All right.
over Frit while
I'm
she's
on
on the
top,
ground bleeding.
so-
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gingerly
I'm
step over Frit,
unconscious. I'm down for the count.
Okay.
and
You
I'm
step
going
over
to,
Frit. Frit, you're
And I'm
just,
gonna-
you're like you're barely even conscious. You're not even conscious. Okay.
I drive my sword into it.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Ooh,
Nah.
Ooh. With a
jeez.
crit.
Why didn't it?
Okay.
Okay, so then I just do. It'll automatically do my.
Just roll damage. Yeah.
Okay, now does that
Oof.
include the +2? It should.
Did you?
Yeah, it does.
You didn't target
I see
it, or you
Oh!
roll on. Just all you gotta do is just instead of double clicking, don't double click anything. Just drag
That's
whatever attack right onto the token. That's the easiest way to do it. So I'll do that.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
Hang on one second. Let me just double check to make sure that. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, that was definitely a hit. Definitely a crit, and
I think it does. I think it added the +2. I think it had the.
yeah, I see it. It says
+2.
critical.
No. Plus the effects +2. Yeah,
Yeah.
the dueling effect. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So I drove my sword, but we're only level 1, so I don't get a second attack.
No, so you did quite a bit of damage to him.
All right.
He's hurt, but it
All right,
kind of
so-
turns to you now.
Yeah. All right.
And
I
it's
was
gonna-
going to try to shove it, but I thought that it was where Frit was. All right. So I'm going to end my turn.
All
So
right.
whose ready action resolves first, mine or Dote's?
Okay. Well, let's in initiative order probably, so it'll have to be yours. So go ahead,
Okay.
Yildrim.
Okay, so I'm gonna. So as it turns around, I'm gonna reach out and focus necrotic energy through it, casting inflict wounds.
Okay. Just drag whatever attack right onto or cast right onto the token.
Hey,
All right.
is that?
Nice.
You hit it. Okay. Roll your damage.
19. Is that? Or did it? I know. I think it did the attack again. Sorry.
Yeah, you just roll the damage now.
Inflict wounds.
There should be That's it.
That should be the end of hit.
Why didn't it? There we go.
There we go.
So you cast your spell, and it right into it, and it just breaks down and almost shrivels up. Its arms kind of almost like a spider getting fried. Okay. Very good. So
We don't know where this mimic came from, and the homunculi had no idea.
you You hear in the background.
Is it gone? Is it gone? Is it gone?
It's dead. You did not know about this?
No! What was that?
Do we know what it is? Or?
We'd have to probably roll something, right?
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me take you out of combat. What was the question?
You asked the homunculi asked us what was it, and we would like to answer, but I don't know if we know what this thing is.
Well, you could roll a. I'm gonna say you could roll either a.
We'll say a more competent version of yourself.
roll a nature check.
I'm going to. Well, kind of does
I don't
that.
know.
I'm going to feed
You don't know what this
Frit
is.
one of their good berries.
Okay, you don't.
Let me
Kind of, you
move,
can't figure
out
out what that was. It was. You don't have the experience. You've never come across anything that looked like a piece of furniture that suddenly sprouted teeth and a giant tongue and like almost like these tentacles coming out of it. It was whatever it was a sight that you was extremely unsettling, if to say the least.
It was some of your furniture. Apparently, it did not like us. I can't move Conatha out of Frit's way.
I'll just move you over
On
here.
fire.
Frit, I'm just gonna put you right in between. Okay, so go ahead and
thank you.
roll.
Can I leave corpse on fire? I'm not impressed.
Let me move out of the side, so I'll move out of the way.
I have a sneaking suspicion that either that imp or someone's been messing around with this place.
Should we kill all the chairs
I
for
have the
good measure?
suspicion that that's why we had 7 chairs and not 6.
That's. I
we
mean, we were
slay-
right about the chair.
I mean,
Should we slay
I
all
mean,
the chairs?
Yeah,
Frit
we
is
would be
entitled for retribution on furniture now.
Yes.
I think that we should have a crusade against the furniture.
And careful, Frit will burn the whole thing down. We're still here. Maybe wait till we find a way out.
Oh, then we'll never look at my chair
Yeah,
again.
that and this was also owned by a goddess. Let's not say we didn't on that one.
But I think the chairs don't count. Like, you know, like you can just
No,
order more chairs,
I'm
right?
not going to burn the chair. I just want to burn the corpse of the thing.
Yes,
that bit
they deliver at Pocket Dimension Alley at 304 Invisible Door.
It's the one that's built on an incline.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah, if you want to burn the corpse, I say
I'm
go for
gonna
it.
actually, funny enough, I'm gonna pull out a ball
Yeah.
bearing and put it on the ground to actually see if there is an incline.
You were talking about incline before. What were you?
Like, we're joking that the house is built on an incline. Like, because I said, like, the house is perfect.
I was just
Oh.
There's always something. And, like,
Oh.
my joke is that
Okay.
it's built on an incline.
I think Mordecai would take
Yeah.
offense to all this, but okay, go ahead. Put a ball on the ground, and you can do that. Let's just say you have a marble.
I have
And he can come down here and defend himself if he's so entitled to.
actions.
Ooh, does that sound
Yeah,
like a
Dang it, no,
challenge?
I don't have a
I roll to see if.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Fred?
Yeah, can I roll to see if I recognize the thing that ate me?
Sure. Anybody who wants to roll, I would say a nature check is probably the most appropriate thing.
I mean, I already know what it
No.
is.
My only regret is not having the
22.
my only regret is not having the thaumaturgy spell,
No.
so I can blow Cunning's a ball bearing, because I think you can create like a puff of wind. It's like, I told you, called
No,
it.
I have.
Same with prestidigitation. That would do that too.
Yeah, like, but I never take those. I have mending,
I would,
guidance.
No.
unfortunately, you would need like silent spell casting or something for that.
I mean, yes, but it still serves the joke.
Yeah.
I'm
Does
Does
going
the ball bearing
to
move?
Okay. By the way, Frit, did you
I'm more
were you fed a good
any
berry?
secret passages in the room too. To be fair.
Yes, I fed Frit a good berry. I don't know
Okay.
how many they had. So.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Good berry
I've
has a
got
heal
5,
thing. So go ahead and just on your action tab, just
Oh, I already
Drag
I
the
just
heal
did that
to yourself.
manually.
Is there
Oh, you
not
did
a
that
macro
already.
that
Okay.
heals?
So
yeah,
I'm
I
going
did that
to
manually.
cast guidance on
okay, that's
myself,
fine.
which adds a D4, and I'm going to
Um,
roll that nature
Now
to try and.
you have to. Okay, one thing that Fantasy Grounds does not do, automatically, which I kind of wish it did, but I guess it wouldn't know to do it. You got to take off your spell slot for that. Oh, you had
yeah, I
extra
did take it
nerves,
off.
right? Did you say you cast
Me?
before you cast a
Yeah.
couple extra? That's right, you had a couple in your pocket. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got I've got 4 left now. I think I'm
Okay.
gonna need another 2 just to
No, I don't think that's
balance
gonna tell
myself
us.
out a little
8.
bit.
All right, so you could just hit the heal button on the action tab and drag it to your token,
Yep.
and that will automatically do everything for you.
Well, I don't know what this is either. Whatever it is, it's ugly, and I hope there
Yes. Oh,
there
that's
aren't
cure
more.
wounds. Never mind. That's the wrong one.
Oh, so you were at 7. I put you back at
I was at 7.
7 wound
I
points.
dropped the wrong one.
There you go.
There we go. 1. Oh, good lord.
That's the sound of healing.
Okay.
Does my ball bearing actually move, by the way, when I put those
Your
down?
ball
Is the
bearing-
place level?
Is perfectly still.
Alright.
In fact,
Ooh.
this house is so balanced that you only feel impressed with Mordenkainen.
That's not Dote. Dote does not do impressed.
Then you don't feel impressed. It's the equivalent of Dote's version of whatever Dote's version of impressed. Like you I don't know. Maybe you raise an eyebrow slightly.
Not upset.
Mordecai plagiarized from a god, typical wizard.
Then you're impressed with whoever
the
Mordenkainen.
These are
Yeah,
all
exactly.
lies. The
Perfectly
realtor always shows you the nice room where there is no incline, and then the rest of the house is
Exactly.
garbage. Like, I'm not buying it.
Exactly.
There's a catch.
Well, in order for
I
a
mean-
house, if a
I
house
mean,
is
the
built well,
furniture.
if a house is built well, it's the land that makes the difference, right? The house settles, but you're in this. The house does not settle here. It's just the
You know
house.
what? You're right. But the furniture tries to eat you, so I'm gonna have to give this Airbnb a 1 star.
And the books
would
trying
not-
to eat us. Yeah.
Like, well, 2 star, because like everything else is okay. Like the service and the fairy dragon nest was cool, but like I don't know.
Yeah, that
You
sounds
I draw the line at
You've already been
furniture trying to-
attacked twice in
Exactly.
Vistania's mansion. I guess I
Yeah.
can understand.
So,
It's gonna get bad
we
ratings.
didn't find any books in here. Do
No.
we
A
want
house
to...
is not a home unless someone's trying to murder you in it. I'm just saying.
It sounds like the tag for a horror movie.
That's on your pillows at home.
That should be that should be crochet. That should be
Actually, our
knitted into a
blanket's on
pillow.
birth, but I can see where you'd be confused.
Are we gonna go upstairs or are we gonna go into the secret room that we found in the
I
study?
think upstairs we at least have a good idea of what it is first.
Okay,
I mean, downstairs can be a bunch of question marks.
that's fair. Make my way to.
Okay.
Are
Gotta
you
have a
healed, Frit, or do you
Short
need a
rest or
cure
something
wounds?
like that. If you want to, I don't know how many.
I only got
spell
1 spell
slots you
slot
have.
left.
Yeah,
how.
I think if we run into something, I'm not going first anymore because this is the second time I've been attacked.
But you're so
Okay.
experienced.
But
Okay, I'll go. I'll protect you.
So-
I'll go up the stairs first.
Okay, so you're heading up the stairs.
and I'm hanging on by a thread.
Me with my chainmail, my shield, which apparently was made out of paper mache when it came time to fight. Like
So-
I can fight books and chairs. I just can't
So you
fight.
have less to
fucking
lose,
human
is what you're
bandits.
saying.
Okay, Yildren.
I guess.
That's true.
Yes.
So you're heading up the stairs, Yildren. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing Coneth and Dote will like
I'm
be
waiting
behind,
for
like
movement.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to.
yeah, like at the bottom, waiting for me to yell. So when we're all ready, I'll head up the stairs.
All right.
I don't know why you want me to go.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm the meat shield.
Do you
Alright.
want to go first?
I
I'll
mean,
go
have
first,
at
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Sure.
seems a
I
highly
got-
ineffective way of forging armor, but very well.
Okay.
I will go like not like I'll leave 5 feet between me and Coneth,
Yeah. I mean, this really should be my job. Without,
but I'll
without
go
a robe.
behind him.
Since all of a sudden this image of another elf popped into his head with an N name. No. I didn't put it out of
Coneth, is Coneth a baker?
No. And
Oh,
I haven't
You
not
know-
yet completely smelled of onions yet.
All right, Connor, you charge ahead. You step up you step up.
Wait,
Step by
I
step.
thought we were going to go down. Oh, wait a minute. Are we
No,
going
that's
down?
going up.
These go up.
Oh, wait a
I'm
minute. Oh,
guessing
no.
to that planetarium we were told about.
Oh, so we don't want to. I thought we
Yeah.
were going to do the down. All right, we'll go up first. Okay.
Okay.
We're going up first.
I mean,
You
we're
were
going to
going up
burn
anyway,
this
so-
this structure.
Connor, I need you to. I'm going
better
to
to
move you
clear
to
the
another
top.
part of this map. You're going to have to scroll up a little bit. Okay.
That's fine.
All right.
Okay.
You head up the stairway, and you
step
still
out of
have
the
half your
corner?
stairway up. So
Okay.
did you see where you are?
So
Just scroll
yeah, I
straight
see.
up.
I see exactly. All right, so
Okay.
I'm going to go to the top of the stairs, and I look like I'm in some kind of anteroom. What's this thing on the left? What's this thing
Okay,
in front
yeah,
of
I'm
me?
gonna explain it. So basically, you get to this top of the stairs, and you're at the platform. There is a window, and in front of the window, kind of like in the corner over there, you see a suit of armor, and
What kind of
Oh,
armor?
no.
well, it looks decorative. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything worth wearing. It's a decorative
Oh.
armor, but
Not too bad.
the helmet and the sword appear to be items of decent quality.
Okay. Is it better than
Okay.
my helmet? I'm wearing a chain coif, probably.
I'm going to say that this is a plate helmet,
Oh,
but
Ooh.
there's some armor up here.
Okay.
If anybody would care to have a look, I'll pick it up and examine it.
I'll follow behind Kana.
Are
Yeah.
you sure it's not going to try
I'm
to
following
murder
right
you
behind
too?
Children.
Yeah, I am a little worried. Things
Okay.
have been trying to kill
Yeah,
us.
So
You know,
it's holding a
the
long
wood elf
sword,
is
and the
just
long sword is kind of like pointing
feels
downwards.
familiar.
Okay.
You
But
notice one thing.
This feels familiar.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What?
Oh, this feels familiar. I don't stab the thing.
But at least it's not in a library, and there aren't
Yeah.
two of them.
It's not glowing.
If,
Actually, as a matter of fact, you do notice something glowing. The helmet,
of course,
the helmet is actually glowing light a little bit, but it looks like it's more like reflecting light.
Well, I examine it.
You notice that the light is reflecting, and it takes your eyes to the ceiling, and
Okay.
there's there looks like there's like the ceiling has like a door, like a trap door type of thing, and you see a little hint of glowing light coming out of it. It's dim, but the room is dark, so you kind of notice it.
Is there a pull thing? Like, is it like an attic steps where you pull the thing down and it does it have like a draw, like a cord that you could pull, or a latch?
It looks like you could. It looks like kind of like just a square like panel. You
And
don't
does it glow?
see
Does it
anything that you
pull?
can pull. You don't see any latches. You don't see anything else. It's just like a square, kind of like panel, like you would see in an attic of a house, like to.
And somehow this helm is reflecting the light of coming from
Well,
that panel.
it's just that you notice a little bit of light glistening from, from above. That's kind of shining on the helmet. It was noticeable because you saw it shining on the helmet.
All right, but and by the way, when I pass the window, I take a look out. Is it the same?
Yeah, so you
miasma
got that
purple?
purple. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I examine. I look up. After looking up at this panel, by the way, I call the rest of the group. So there seems to be a panel. There's a window, a small room. There's looks like a door, right? To my south.
There is a door, heading to the
West.
right to the
Yeah.
left, to
And
your
there's
right,
another door.
or
There's a door to the
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 west.
east also. And there's another door.
and
to
there's
the
a
east.
door to the east. Correct.
Yeah. All right. At the head of the stairs. Okay.
That's right.
So I'll examine the helm. Does it look? Does it look? It'll fit me.
You examine the helm. It looks like a nice,
Serviceable.
compared
like,
to the rest of the armor, which looks like it doesn't. It looks like it wouldn't. Maybe it's made out of
Provide any real
tinfoil. It's like it's not great.
Yeah.
But the helm actually feels somewhat solid. I'm going to
examine
say
it
that
for
it
the
is a
markings.
standard plate helmet.
Okay. I'll examine it for any markings.
Problem is that's not an item. It's like either have armor or you have.
Yeah, no,
You
it's
examine it.
separate.
Nothing special about it. I mean, it's just like looks like a suit of armor with a helmet. I don't think it'd be a very Conathy helmet.
Oh, it's not a Conathy helmet.
Oh,
Okay.
well, I'm
No
sorry.
visor.
It's a helmet, but it's not going to have what Connath normally likes.
Well, but Connath it doesn't even have what Connath normally likes.
Yeah,
He's only level
not
1.
yet. Okay,
Yeah, Connath just has whatever came with his chainmail.
right. It's kind of like
Whatever he got when he stepped out of the Camino cloning
Yeah,
facility.
exactly. It's like I got my it probably has a sigil from my country, and that's probably about
The
it.
Conneth starter
Yeah.
pack, yeah.
It's Conneth
Instead of
starter pack,
Adventure pack, is
Right.
Conneth
Right.
pack.
the problem with 5e is I don't know that there's a helmet. It's like you
Well,
have armor.
the helmet the helmet is included with the armor set.
Yeah,
but
I
there's
would
no-
probably say that this has more of like if you were to take it, it is more of something that may have a little
Flavor.
bit of value to it, rather than
Yeah.
something that's going to help you in
Well-
your armor class.
But I think it's not it's not right, but it's not we don't know yet, or probably not magical.
You wouldn't know that.
I wouldn't know that. All right, well, I call the rest of the group up if they want to come up to
Sure, I'll
explore.
head up.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Anybody interested in
Yeah,
the helm?
Colin.
Anybody? Beside is it's probably nicer than what I have.
Yildren, I'm gonna throw you up there. Hang on one second.
What about the sword? I examined the sword.
The sword actually looks like something that you could actually use.
Is it nicer
Bear
than
with
my-
me one second. I just gotta shift click you guys. Let's see.
I test its weight to see if it's like
There.
a master
I'll
quality
just have,
or.
I'm gonna put you each into the room here. Shift click you
Okay.
over here, and then Dote. You're following also, Dote.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
All
a
right.
door.
I just gotta throw you in just wherever you could find room.
Oh, there's two
Okay.
doors.
It's not a very
example.
it's not a very large landing up there, but Frit, I have it where there's a door to your west, and Yildren, there's a door
Oh yeah, I see it.
to your east.
Is that a door or is that a window?
There's a door to the north. There's a window to
North.
the north.
No.
That's a window.
Oh, okay, I'm next to the door. Okay, okay.
Here, so you can kind of see out.
Got it.
And there appears to be what looks like maybe a trapdoor above the suit of armor.
Alright.
I'm
Is the-
going. If like someone wants to check the doors for traps, and for it wants to like get out from in front of a door, I can cast detect magic
Yeah.
as a ritual. Conneth, if you want to know if that sword
Sure.
is particularly helpful.
Yeah.
Boy, on
Okay,
the
the
sword.
stairs. You
I
guys
checked the
can
sword
all,
also. Test its weight, its balance to see if it's like a masterwork, even if it's not magical, to see if it's quality.
I'm sorry, Kenneth, what did you say?
I said I wanted to examine the sword to test its quality, its weight, balance, just basically to see its value, if it's
All right.
a good sword.
That's tech magic. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a whole bunch of audio triggers now, just to give you a little extra effect. All right, so
Yeah, I
you're
like that.
detecting
Just
magic right now.
Scared me. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
All right, so Conneth, you examine this thing. Give me an investigation check on it.
Well, I mean, this should be something from my background. I should be able to test a sword.
Oh, you'll have a low DC.
Okay. Investigation.
Yeah. Anyway,
Hey.
yeah. You look at the sword. Not fancy, but solid. It's a regular. I would say it's a regular long sword.
But no, fundamentally no different than my sword.
Are you have a long sword?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I use.
I would say it's comparable to your sword.
Okay, but as far as value-wise, it's not like a masterwork is not necessarily magical, but it would have higher values probably.
No, it's
You-
not.
like the-
It's not masterwork. It's just, but it's a good quality. I mean, it's like it's when I say good quality, it's not a piece of crap. It's not like it's similar to your.
But if
sword.
right, similar to my
good
okay.
quality, not amazing quality. It's not. I wouldn't say it's masterwork. Not.
Yeah,
It wouldn't have anything of any significant value other than a standard mundane sword.
Right. All right. Okay. I mean, we'll check to see if anything's magical. Otherwise, we'll just leave it.
Okay. Yildren, nothing is showing up in this room. you just get the waves of magic, of just, the same magic that you saw from the other, when you're in a magical world, really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
other than that, you don't detect anything out of the ordinary here.
Okay. I'll let Kenneth. It's a regular sword, but it looks nice.
Okay. No, all right. Very good. If anybody wants, I'm partial to my sword anyway. What about the helmet? Same thing.
Same thing with the helmet. In other words, if you were to take it, for example, and sell it, you would probably get like whatever the standard value is for something like that.
For a helmet. All right. There's not like there's gems on it.
No. Nothing. It's not that fancy.
Okay. All right.
It's just of good quality, meaning you could use the sword in battle, and it'll be fine.
Right.
Technically, you could use that helmet in battle, and
if the helmet was nicer than what I have, I would take it. But if it's not,
you don't. Based on that roll that you did, the investigation, you don't think it's going to be any better than what you have, but certainly it would be better than if you didn't have a helmet.
Right.
And that sword would be a reasonably good sword.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I don't think I need it.
Okay.
Unless we want to take it and sell it, I guess we could do that. I'll take it. I'll take them and sell it. For purposes of selling.
I hope the wizard doesn't find out that we've been stealing.
Oh, that's a good point.
Or the goddess.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. All right,
yeah. That's the reason why I kind of didn't want to pick up a letter opener.
No, you're
But
absolutely
Sticky
right.
Fingers did anyway.
You're absolutely right. This is not. What am I thinking? We're not in a dungeon. We're in somebody's house. Okay, now I'll leave it.
Yes.
Since I casted Detect Magic, I'm guessing I don't detect magic in the door in front of me. So I'll go ahead and open it. Since it lasts for 10 minutes, maybe something in that room is magical.
Okay. Let's take a look. We're just leading to. All right. Okay.
Hope this door doesn't try and kill me.
Nope. The door opens. You see what looks like a hallway. There's a door to the right, meaning to the south, and then if you continue on, there is another door at the end.
We have more doors this way. Do you guys want to check that other door? Kinda.
Okay.
I'm imagining there's probably a bedroom on this floor.
Ooh.
All right, I'll open up this door.
Okay, Conneth?
As long as the bed isn't out to get us,
I point out, and we. Oh, by the way, I pointed out. Ildred, did you look at the panel that's above us? Did you detect magic?
Oh yeah. Is the panel itself like a magical mechanism?
No. There's nothing else in this.
But it's glowing
painting over here that stands out to you.
Yeah, but you said it was glowing though.
Well, there's
Had
light.
light coming out of
There's you see light coming through the cracks.
Sunbeam.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a very dim light. I mean, remember it's dark up here. You
Can
guys
I touch it
notice.
with the sword?
What's that?
Can I touch it with my sword?
Sure.
All right, I'll try to push it. Is it like a false panel?
You reach up. It's kind of the ceilings are still kind of high, but you'd reach up, you touch it, and what do you want to do? I mean, you could just try to push it.
Yeah, I'll try to push it.
Yeah, you push it, and it's a trapdoor. You just it lifts, and as you lift it, you can see more of the kind of like this dim light coming through.
Well, yeah, the question is, how do we get up there?
I'm thinking there's a third floor to this place.
Okay.
Or fourth,
We'll come
technically,
back
if we
here.
also count
Fourth,
the basement.
Yeah, we can.
Do we though? I mean, that's like that's like that's not level. That's level 0.
But if you were
Unless you're in
selling
Europe.
it via real estate, you count the number. Yeah, if we were in
Okay,
Europe
fair.
or
4 floors.
England, we'd be on
Alright.
the first floor now.
No.
We'd be on the first floor now.
All right, let's get through this.
Yeah,
Let's,
if we were in England, this is the first floor.
All right, look, we're spending a lot of time here. Let's see what we can do to find what we need to get out of here.
Yes.
Let's open the door. I'm gonna open the door by me.
Okay, Conneth,
Okay.
you open the door. You peek in.
Yeah,
Interesting looking room. First of all, so
I'll step in.
you step in. So most of this room has kind of like these long tables. It's covered with like these glass vessels and books. The cabinets have there's like cabinets all around that kind of line the walls with glass doors in them, and they seem to contain a whole bunch of, like, I don't know, specimens. Just below the ceiling, in the middle of the room, there are some colorful globes, and they circle each other in an intricate dance. The far wall is almost completely covered by a map of the night sky, with a golden sunburst in the center above a closed door.
Why don't we? I'm gonna look around the room for books. See if there's anyone that has a Mordekainen.
I'd
cover.
like to walk in and see if my detect magic picks up anything of interest.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. Oops. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. All right, you come in, Yildren. You're getting a sense on the far wall near where the it's a hint of like a transmutation magic. Where the I guess. Hang on a second. I'm sorry. No, you're not getting that here. I apologize. Okay. No, you're not getting anything in here.
We should race through while we still have. Oh, no, actually, it's a ritual, right? So you could always recast.
Yeah, I can guess as a ritual. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're getting a little bit of. Give me a second. Okay. You are getting a kind of more of an evocation coming from the dancing light. That's not the dancing light. The globes.
Okay.
That's what that's what it is.
Yeah.
So kind of then you're just what were you doing? So you're looking around the room. Kana? You hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. You said before what you were doing here. You were looking around, or what was it?
You talking about me or Dote?
Well, who
what's
everybody doing?
Well, I was looking around.
The door.
Okay.
Dote, you were just hanging out by the door? Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to look around specifically for books with the Mordekainen's face on it.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to look around, and there's a lot of stuff that you find around in this room.
Including the drawers, but I don't want to mess too much. I'm trying to be somewhat careful. Okay. I don't want to really disturb too much.
Let's just spread you out just a little bit. All right, let's just say you're kind of looking around the room. Give me give me perception checks here. Whoever's doing just
door
looking
on the
around
other
the
side.
Oh, that is a door.
Yeah.
I'll do so. That down there is what, a star chart?
Yeah, it's like a map. Looks like a star map. Like a map of the stars.
What would I have to roll to kind of like identify it, or maybe like connect it to our to star charts of our plane?
Why don't you investigate it? I guess.
Okay.
Coneth, Dote and Frit, you're kind of looking around the room and somewhat. It's a little overwhelming as to what's just all this junk and stuff that's in the room. Essentially, it's kind of what you see. The cabinets are kind of like they're crowded with like skulls and bones. You all see this. It's pretty obvious as you open up the cabinets. There's rocks, there's minerals, there's dried plants, and there's jars with creatures floating in it. There's measuring devices, glassware. There's all kinds of apparatus, like scientific apparatus, on the tables. There's books. Coneth, you do notice a book in the corner over there. It's open.
Okay.
It's right over here.
Okay.
And what you notice about it is more handwritten notes.
Ah. Is it in that shorthand or is it something else?
Yep. Similar shorthand. Very similar to the others.
And we think that's Fistandia's, right? That's Fistandia's.
I mean,
that's what we
you
that's
don't
our
know for
hypothesis.
sure, but
We don't know for sure, but that's our thought. Because that's what we think
Yeah.
Matreus was saying.
I can't tell you
All
what
right.
you're thinking.
Yeah, but Matreus, I think, either intimated it was.
I mean, aren't you
Fistandia's.
proficient with calligraphy tools?
This Conith, I don't think I get that yet.
Ah, okay.
Conniff, further examination of the book shows that picture or the bust of Mordekainen.
Does it have
You
a
also
letter on it?
see on the binding, the letter T.
All right. Was somebody keeping
Okay.
track of the? I think-
I put them in
I
the
think-
Yeah.
yeah, I put them.
The investigator?
I
Our
put them
chair bait is carrying.
in your
Yeah.
party sheet.
Thanks. Thanks.
Is it?
I opened the calendar by
Okay,
accident.
there's now you have in your party sheet so far you have 3 books.
I thought we had.
So anytime
yeah,
you
no.
want to look, you can take a look at the party sheet.
I mean, maybe the books are the chair bait, and you just so happen to be the unwilling.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
Yildren,
I'm just the
your
carrier of it.
investigation, you just see a star map, various stars,
Okay.
nothing glaring at you except that just what you
Right.
notice. A whole bunch of it's got dots all over to show like stars, but there's 5 of them seem to be a little bit more prominent,
Okay.
and they're kind of rendered as like a blazing silver sun. So they're very bright. They look brightly lit, looking like these blazing suns, and there's about 5 of those.
Can I roll nature to see if I recognize, or that wouldn't be nature, would it? Would it be investigation?
It could be nature, actually. You could do an investigation or nature. Well, investigation's probably still better.
Cool.
But whatever you'd
I'll
rather.
cast,
I'm
I'll
okay
cast
with it.
guidance.
Okay. I hit nature.
Nature.
I
You-
hit nature.
Yeah, you recognize these as constellations, and some of these things actually. This looks like you recognize it from the Starry Night. You know, back in Faerun.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Is it a chalkboard in the southeast corner?
No, that's the star map. That's the map of the stars. That's what you're looking at. That's
In the
kind of
south-
like what you're looking at. Yeah.
Southwest?
I guess the rendering of whoever drew this, that's their idea of what the star map would look like. They kind of
No.
described that the
Oh,
the far wall
Like
is almost
it's within
completely
the
covered. He didn't do a good job covering the entire far wall, but that's supposed to be the star map, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
The map should
I
be a lot
understand
bigger than
now.
that.
Okay.
This is, by the way,
Like
this is not the
almost
this is
whole
not the
tabs and
map
everything.
that comes with Candlekeep mysteries. This I found this map
Oh.
elsewhere, which was just a lot more detailed. I think every adventure that we do after this, I'm probably not going to find a nice detailed map like this. So it's going to look kind of lame, like the I don't know.
That's fair.
You know, I'm not going to show you the current. I'm not going to show you the current map you're working on, but they generally just look like this. You
I don't know.
know,
Yeah, just
nothing
outline.
special,
Oh,
nothing
Just
fancy.
basic outline.
Yeah.
Are you in Discord? Where are you looking? Where are you showing?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he
Discord?
put the book
Outline.
up to the Discord.
I just
camera.
put they just
Right,
don't look
so-
very fancy in this book, and that means the module in Fantasy Grounds, it's not ultra fancy. So I found this map, and I redid all the walls and everything, and I made it's much nicer. So I figured for the first adventure here in this campaign, might as well dazzle you with a nice, colorful, nice
Yes.
looking map. Okay.
Ooh,
Anyway,
But is it safe to assume that this was for like divination magic, the story map,
I
like fortune telling?
you can assume.
I've looked at the books,
Possible.
the letters.
You said 5
You know-
of the stars
Just out
Or-
of curiosity, has anyone
prominent is
Sorry.
go on? Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, you had a question.
Well,
Yeah, I had a legit question. Like, just in retrospect, has anyone bothered trying to open up the books and see what's inside of them?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they
Yeah,
have
we
notes
did.
shorthand.
from.
I translated some of
But
it.
the book,
Okay.
but nobody can read the shorthand. Nobody.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
you
realize
could try rolling Arcana.
I'll pass.
somebody else should roll
Yeah,
Arcana.
I remember I was able to read I or something like that,
Do
part
we
of it,
keep
and
our
I got
secrets?
just kind of
You know,
general
we
notes.
might find if we find one more book with an F on it, then the 4 letters would be Frit.
That's why the chair went after you.
Exactly.
There's a double
Yes,
A.
exactly.
It spells your name.
I don't know why it's interested in glass, small pieces of
Well,
glass.
I point to, so
Do you?
Frit, are you gonna look? Are you gonna look at the book because you have the Arcana? And
Sure, I'll roll Arcana again.
I'll cast a guidance
Uh,
on Frit.
Okay, does that mean I get to roll that again?
No, you get a D4.
Yeah,
I get
guess
add a
you do
D4. All right.
add a D4 to it.
That just dropped.
You get cantrips.
Just
Can't
throw
really-
the D4 right into the chat window area, and that'll roll.
It just kind of dropped it.
It must not have registered.
It's not acknowledging it. I got a 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you would need to
Didn't
know
acknowledge
more
it that time.
about it, but
Alright.
I'll just say that you think difficult for you to really understand what this stuff is, but quite a bit of notes are being taken. I'll just say that as you flip through this book, and maybe I don't know if you're checking the other books also, you just kind of flip through, see similarities. It's almost like there's different subjects that there's a bunch of notes on. Hard to figure out what these subjects are really about because you really can't fully understand what these notes are. It is arcane shorthand. You're not really quite adept at enough, but these. I will say that there's been a bunch of subjects that you believe are using similar characters, so you think that some of the stuff kind of goes together, or at least are in the same what's it called?
Overlaps or something.
Like the subject
yeah.
might be similar to each other. Like this, she has notes on this particular subject, and maybe in the different books there's a bunch of other notes that probably are in the part of the same subject. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the last time I did it on there was tons of notes. I wrote down that general religion was mentioned, dimensional travel was mentioned, so curses.
Curses.
So
Yeah.
like Mateus would have been interested in it.
Right.
So
Right. So something very similar
I
here.
guess,
More
but not
more of it. But I will say that there's a pretty decent section that might be more related to those curses. Okay.
okay.
All right. So there is a door, Yildren. It's to your west, and
Oh,
shall
look
we
at
go?
that. Sure, I'll open it.
okay. All right. You open the door, and looking inside,
looks
another
dark in
interesting
there.
room. Door opens into a very dark, open space, offering a view of a starry firmament of the night sky. So basically what you see is, all right. There are 5 telescopes mounted on bronze plates, and they point towards the constellations above. In the middle of the space, a 1 foot diameter sphere of crystal sits in a circular brass stand. So, looking around this room, it seems as though, well, I'm going to say you're at the tail end of your
Detect magic.
detect magic, which is starting to fade. You detect illusion here, but you think you know what this illusion is. What you see around you, kind of like in the horizon, it almost like you're going into this room. It feels like it's almost like you're in a holodeck. It feels like you're out in like a field by going into this room. So the illusion is this grassy knoll. That's what they call it, like a grassy knoll. I think that's funny.
Okay.
Anytime I hear grassy knoll, I think that's just...
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, it's like a grassy field, but it's not. There's no great detail. You just feel like you're on grass, and then the way, even though it's the room is kind of like a square room, you don't feel like it's a square. It feels like a kind of an expanse of just space around you.
I'm guessing this is the what was it that the homunculi told us?
The observatory.
The observatory.
The
Planetarium.
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 So
Do the 5 stars on the map in the room that I'm in currently match up to the 5 telescopes at all, or is that just?
well, the interesting thing is there's 5 telescopes, but you do notice. Well, actually, why don't you go ahead and roll a perception, and let's see how much you notice in this room.
Probably a puzzle.
Yeah, I'm smelling a puzzle.
In fact, you all can roll
Can I
perception
roll
once
a-
you get in there. Sure, anybody can roll perception.
Gonna
Fred.
guidance myself.
23.
Frit, I'm glad you rolled a good perception because you were the one that also, yeah. So yes, Frit, you noticed that this is the sky that you found familiar. Number one, and number 2, you recognize the patterns of the stars from that star map in the other room. In fact, you see brightly lit stars in the same formation as the ones in the star map in the other room. Those big, the starbursts, the 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do I know those stars?
You cut out a little bit. I didn't hear what you said.
Do I know the names of the stars, or at least the constellations they're attached to?
You don't necessarily know. I mean, you could make up the names if you'd like. I don't know what the constellations are, and
Okay.
But let's say you.
So-
Sure, I know that. I recognize that star.
That's not
you know,
relevant. Okay.
if you're from the Forgotten Realms, then
Yeah.
you recognize these stars. These are stars of the night sky, and you recognize the 5 stars, and you certainly recognize it because, they were pretty prominent in the star map.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do we gain any more insight just beyond they match? Does somebody want to wiggle a telescope and see what happens?
Well, I'd like to kind of check out the bronze sphere in the center.
Okay.
I'll look.
Sure.
I'll check out the telescopes as what Frid is suggesting.
Yeah, because I'm wondering if the bronze sphere in the middle, if it like moves or if it interacts in some way with the telescopes.
Hmm.
So you are at the crystal ball. Let me just see if there's anything other. Okay. And the crystal ball appears to be issuing the energy necessary to project the stars onto the sky. And I guess it's kind of projecting this almost an indistinct terrain. Like it's hard to. It's like you can't really. It's just it's dark in there, and it seems like you're like as if you're outside in the darkness. You barely could see the grassy areas around. So,
Okay.
I'll check one of the first telescope. Let's say one next to me, I guess.
okay. What you notice is that you can't lift it. It's attached to its base, but you can move the telescope. It's like you can move the telescope. It's on like a swivel. It's on like a
Can I
thing, and you
examine the
move
stars?
it.
Frid, can you point out the star you want me to look at, and I'll see if I can look at it with the telescope.
Is it already pointing to them, or
No,
is it just...
they're pointing in just different directions. They don't appear to be pointing to those stars.
I'm thinking we should all maybe
when
look at the same
Conniff
time.
wiggles it, figuring out how it works, the stars don't change at all.
No,
anything.
stars are pretty much
Okay.
where they
Okay,
are.
so we point each telescope at one of the stars.
Yeah. That's what
I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
So I try to aim it.
I'll come in and start wiggling around telescopes, and
Yeah.
I'll point to the one to Conniff that's probably closest to that space. See what happens.
Okay. You are pointing it to. I'm sorry. So you're pointing it where?
One of the
One of the
closest
stars?
in
Okay.
range star.
You
That's the brightest one.
Yeah, sure. You point it to the star just to make sure you're lining it up. I guess you look through it, and sure enough, it is now the star is right in the middle of the view of that telescope. Okay.
Okay. And we'll do it to the rest of them, I suppose.
Are you
Do I see
pointing to the
anything?
same star, or how are you doing it?
This is their
I'm
four
guessing
different
Each
stars,
one is
right?
going to.
Each one's going to point to a
the
separate
highlighted
star.
ones.
Okay.
And by the way, I'm looking at the star anyway. I just want to see, is there anything to see?
Nothing's happening with the star. Okay, you go from this one. You point to the first star. Then you move to the next one. You point it to that star. You get through all this. You get to the fourth one. They're all pointing. Now you get to the fifth one, and you get it onto the last remaining star. And when that happens, all of a sudden, a door just kind of opens up right here to your west.
Ah.
So I'm good at finding the hidden doors then, apparently.
Think Conant is
Who
on
wants to
something.
go first?
They're gonna spell for it.
Yeah, maybe.
Conant, do you want
That
to go
is
first? Or?
concerning, though.
I'll go first. I'll
Okay.
head in.
Okay.
I'll be right behind Conant.
All right. You walk in.
I'm shuffling out of their way.
Let's just. I'm going to. All right. So Dote, you're coming in, or you're still you're hanging out back there.
Sure.
To the
Alright.
bottom of the room.
Let's just describe this room real quick. So this room is bare except for a bookshelf which is covered in chains against one wall. There's a plain wooden bench and a reading desk built into the shelves. A book with a bust of a mage is on its cover, is on the desk as well. And this is the scene that you're looking at.
What was in chains? What did you say was covered in chains?
The books.
The book.
on
Here,
the
I'll actually make this even bigger. So it's the bookshelf itself is covered with chains. Let me make that a little bit bigger.
Oh, I see the chains. Okay, I see it. Are they decorative or are they actually like
No, those are
preventing
chains.
it from being open? What does the book? Does it have a
So, like,
letter on the cover?
They can't leave that bookshelf very far. They wouldn't be able to come out of the room, basically. They're like chained to the bookshelf and
Or is
that
it the
bar.
door-
Yeah.
Or okay, so the books themselves are chained, not like the door to the books, not like a.
No,
No.
it looks individual,
Okay.
relatively.
Interesting.
Yeah, so like you look
What letters?
from where you're standing. So kind of you're in the corner of that room, kind of looking at this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah, you see like there's like 3 shelves. These books are like kind of like, some of them are bound in iron covers and they're attached to these chains. Like think of the books themselves have like iron covers and they're locked. They're locked with the chains.
Any interesting names in the bindings, like on the that we could see? Or do we have
You,
to
I
do
guess
it?
you'd have to get a little closer.
All right. I'll move a little closer.
All right. You get
What's
closer.
the name on the?
Can I say ready action?
Check what the.
Because I know
Yeah.
how this goes.
What's that?
Have we?
Yeah, this is
fought
why
in
I'm-
the book? No, we didn't fight.
Yes, we
for
have
the...
fought
So-
in the books.
Connor, you move closer to this this bookshelf, and it begins to buckle, and then what does it do?
I think I don't have time to step back.
No.
And a
You're-
chain
that-
golem appears.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, we're out of here.
It begins to buckle, and all this book starts to like, and they start to come out and lunge at you.
Now I know why they're on chains.
Okay, so you notice the buckling first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little bit of a break. Go ahead and roll initiative. I'm not going to do a surprise round.
I'm guessing we all
All
roll
of us?
initiative.
Yeah,
Do
everybody
I
can roll
not get my
initiative.
ready action though?
You're ready in
Okay.
You're ready in
Yeah.
action.
That
I'm
was
ready in
weird.
action, yeah.
Why did it?
Is that because
Okay,
of the words that I
let's
use
say-
saying that as you approach?
I mean, as soon as I saw Conant in there, I ready in action because I know how this plays out. Here.
That's weird. It
sure.
put the 14,
Yeah.
but didn't give it the +3
What happened?
Why do you have a 4?
Yeah,
18, and then it says 4.
because I rolled. because I rolled with advantage initiative, because that's a thing my class can do, and I always use it on myself.
Yeah, there must be a
and I
bug
rolled
somewhere.
I rolled a 4 because I saw the dice. I rolled a 14 and a 1. That's why it's showing
No,
a
that
4.
should be a 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving you a
'Cause
17. No,
yeah.
there looks like there's a bug somewhere. I don't know how it did that, but yeah, just pay attention to the actual die that's showing there sometimes, because I have a feeling
Yeah.
I haven't seen that happen.
Yeah.
I saw that happen actually with Frid. I saw that happen with you the other day.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
it was with an attack.
I wonder if there's a problem
Yeah,
with the
and I
extension.
remember like the 20 that Conneth rolled.
There might be
Like,
I
the
wonder if
20
there's a
that
problem with
Conneth
the
rolled,
extension
like,
with the
4 or
advantage.
something.
You know, that dropped extension? Where it tells you which
Yeah.
which die. I added that extension in there because Roll20 actually it tells you which die is which, like which one rolled. Was it the first one or the second one that was advantage? That's taking or dropped. All right. So we're gonna go into the first round of combat here, and Conneth, this thing's buckling and it looks like it's about to attack you. It looks like it's about to like almost hit you with its books.
I'm gonna see if I can reach over, grab the Mordenkainen book, and step back.
Okay, so you're going to dart in, grab the book, and step back. Okay, now stepping back is going to probably
trigger an opportunity attack.
Trigger an opportunity attack. Although this is a very large.
Oh, I see. Okay.
This thing is large, so I think you're already in its range. So you're probably not really triggering it because you're in its range.
Okay.
It's a large
can
creature.
I use? All right. So the question is, can I use disengage, or am I using my action?
The problem is you're in this. Just being in this room, you're in its range.
Right, but I could use if I have an action, I could use disengage to get out without triggering an opportunity attack.
Correct.
But I don't know how
you can scurry out of there.
Right, but the question is, getting the book. Was that my action?
To grab the book?
Probably was. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're gonna have to. You're going to have to probably make that an action.
Okay. All right. So I will. I'll grab the book.
All right. You grab the book, and it's not happy with you. So that'll be your first. That's going to be your first. That's going to be your move.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and end your turn. Okay. You see a few books with these chains that they're holding it, just kind of come out 1, 2 like that, and they both attack you, kind of. Okay. So you're going to get hit with 2 attacks. First one is a miss. Second one is another miss. Okay.
All right.
Oh, sorry. That was sorry, Yildred, your turn.
Oof. I don't know if this is a monster or just a trap.
I apologize. There's your target. I don't have.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I forgot to make that visible.
Kenneth, are we gonna fight it or are we just gonna run out?
I would leave. I think this is just this. This is. I would assume is guarding. Probably guarding the book. I think we got what we came for.
Okay.
I plan on engaging.
Okay. Well, I guess if that's the plan, I'm not going to stick around alone and find out.
There are quite a number of other books there.
Hmm.
I mean, they're guarded books, of course.
DM tempting me with knowledge.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you what you see. I mean, you see quite a bit of bookery.
I'm not going to be able to stay up much longer, so we have to decide what we want to do.
You know what? I'll fight it just in case. On the offhand, there's another, another Mordenkainen book, and I'm wondering if we'll take a rest at some point because I'm gonna just use inflict wounds again.
Why don't we just leave it here and do the combat next?
We could do that. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Why don't we do that? Because I don't want to. I don't want to make anybody tired. All right. So we're really in the first round of combat. We're on Yildren's turn. And I will stop the video,
Okay.
and we could resume whenever anybody else, when everybody's ready or available.
Okay.